Hey YouTube, it's that pretty ass chocolate boy, and I'm back with another video. Mwah.
I don't wanna give no ultimatum. If you wanna come lay up, if you wanna come stay up, if you wanna come.
Alright, so babe, it's currently 5:24 in the morning. I just got off work, not the work that's on my t-shirt. I was at work, I was like, damn. One, still working on that other video. Two, I was like, oh, I need to record another video. And there's a story time that I've been wanting to record, inspired by 𝘤𝘩𝘪𝘴 on TikTok, because of a little story time that she told. And I was like, bruh, it made me think of my story time when I came across I don't know if I want to say dude was insecure, or I really don't know like what words to use for it, but I feel like insecure is definitely one of them. Okay, so boom, I done smoked like a good portion of the blunt. I also got me a cute little club cocktail. So like I said, this story time is about what do I want to say? This story time is about the time I came across an insecure nigga, right? So, and I have so many stories about this dude. One, we gonna say his name is LB, right? So one day me and LB was hanging out, right? And well, let me take you back. So like the day before we had hung out, and then we was like, we gonna hang out again the next day. So boom, the next day come. I ended up having like a couple things to do that prolonged me from like going to go see him at the actual time. So now the next day came, we texted, I end up having stuff to do that prolonged me from seeing him at the actual time that we had spoke about. But mind you, I was also talking about how, I'm gonna go get us like a bottle of Henny. And anybody who knows me already knows when I'm talking about getting the Hennessy bottle. Where's my phone at? Let me show y'all the difference, and I want y'all to just remember this difference I'm about to show you. All right. All right, well, we gonna do a bottle. I'm talking about that regular motherfucker. Like, if you and your girl's about to go out and you go get a bottle of Hennessy, you're getting the regular size biggest bottle, right? So that's the bottle I'm thinking about getting, right? So then boom, mind you, we had talked about that, and then on my way to his house, bitch, I was in a rush a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I said, F that bottle. Like, I'm just gonna pull up, and if you still want to get it, like, we can definitely go do that. So, boom, I get to his place. We chilling for a minute. We just talking, vibing. Smoked. And, we did some adult activities. And then after that, he was like, you want to go get a bottle still? And I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. We said, we sure can, especially like after what had just happened. I was like, oh yeah, baby, I'm off tomorrow. Like, I'm on that, okay? So, boom, we hop in my car. We drive to Lee's Discount Liquor to go get a bottle. Now, you know, I'm very familiar with the store. I know where this shit is at. I know what I came in here looking for. I'm looking for that regular bottle. This one. And, you know, as we at the counter and we looking, I'm like, it's that one right there. And he was like, oh yeah, I see that one. And then he proceeds to keep looking, and I'm like, okay. Nigga, that's the bottle we need. Like, let's just wait for him to come over here. We're gonna get that bottle. And then you know, we just skimming over, and he points out the personal size bottle, which is like, I feel like some people be like, I mean, that it makes sense to them. It didn't make sense to me. Cause like, if I decide, like, if I'm by myself and I'm like, bitch, I low-key just want to take some shots, I'm gonna go get me the personal bottle. That's when I buy a personal bottle. If it's me and another person, bitch, I'm about to buy that regular bottle. Like, we about to pull it up, shots. So he chooses that one, and I'm like, okay, all right, period. Wow, disrespectful. Mind you, the clerk comes over there, and then we tell him we want that one. Boom. After the clerk picks it up, and, you know, we walking towards the register, he look at me. Hold on, that's not even the first time he brought it up. No, when he looked at the bottle, and before the clerk came over, he was like, you want to go half on that? And I was like, half? Nigga, the bottle is it's $19.99. Plus tax, it's probably just gonna hit you for like $21. And I'm just like, go half? And it's like, not even to be that person, because not sitting here saying I'm just like some coinsy bitch, but it was just more so the fact of if I was originally to come over here with the bottle, it was gonna be the bottle that was like $48 and some change. But wow, like I said, I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead. Boom, we get to the register. I send him the $10. It was just like, what? I was just like, yeah. Boom. So, you know, he get the bottle. Boom. We start walking back to my car. As we walking out the door, so it's multiple things wrong with this, okay? Let's just start there. So, as we walking out Lee's Discount, out of nowhere, it just spills out his mouth some, yeah, that's your type right there? And I said, huh? He's like, that's your type? chocolate, dreadhead, woom, woom. And I'm like, who are you talking about? And then he gonna say, oh, the security. And in my head, I'm like, oh, nigga, you're crazy. Because one, it was, wow, I'm cussing. It was the fact that I wasn't even paying attention to the security. Like, I can't even tell you what the man's face looked like for real. Because as soon as you said that, I turned around. It was just a black man with some long dreads, woom. And he was on the thick side. He fits the preference. But I didn't even see his face, so he didn't fit shit. So, in my head, I'm just like, yeah, you pissing me off. Just a little bit. So, then boom, we get in the car. When we get in the car, he was like, you want to buy me something to eat? You want to buy me something to eat? And I was like, I just sat there because in my head, I'm like, what? Nigga, no. What? Are you okay? And he was like, I'm just playing. No, you're not. You meant that. You was dead ass. You was dead ass serious with that question. And he was like, nah, but let's go get Carl's Jr. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Boom. We go to Carl's Jr. And immediately he said, can we do 2 separate orders? Yeah, quick with it, because you already knew. You already knew. He gets his food, I get my food, boom. We drive back to the house. I had to finish off with that. Okay, boom. So we drive back to the house. We eat. We take a few shots. After we done eating, you know, we chill. You know, we was kissing and cuddling. And then, oh, gag, we took a shower together. This is my first time taking a shower with somebody else. Mind you, never again. I just feel like a shower is a one person thing. It just needs to be me, myself, and I. And that's just me personally, right? But you know, it was cute for the time being. It was cute. So, boom, and then you know, he back in that mood, and I'm like, whoa, boom, you know, gots to do my process, gots to, right? So boom, after I do that, take my shower, boom, I go back in the room, and you know, he already owned that. Girl, it was face down, ass up, and he got back there and got to munching. And when I tell you, it had to be the liquor, because he ate that shit up bad. Like, oh my God, language, my God, today. And you know, I just felt like he knew he had to do his big one. Like, he knew he had to come through on that one, and he did exactly that. And that's the end of that story. There's a whole nother part, but it's like, I would rather I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna make that like a part 2. But if you enjoyed this video, please, please, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with everybody. Like, just if you enjoyed it though, because if you didn't, and then I mean, it's not my problem, boo. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Mwah.
Compare, but you know you got work in the morning. Finna wake up yawning, tryna keep up with a real one. Don't got no